That was so hard to focus.
I bet. It was easy for me. I just played like in keys.
Yeah,
all right, the key's about to change. I'll just do a bunch of other
I was
notes.
going to do this chromatic scale. Make sure that I'm on, make sure I'm on a major when there's a major and a minor when there's a minor.
That's all there is to it. It's that easy. Andrew Douglas likes to talk it up like he's this genius, but you just
Oh my god! I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I'm not even drunk yet. And I'm just like, only listen to yourself. Only listen to yourself. Only listen to yourself.
so hard to do.
Hello everyone. My name is Josh, and welcome to episode 170 of the Chanter Rant podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fuco.
That is I.
And if you didn't know, this is a drunken frat party of a show, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, fuck. Listeners can review.
In case you guys didn't know, Josh was actually in a frat, and that's why he shortens all these goddamn words.
Yeah, bruh. That's why I call everybody bro, too. Like,
I do that too, but it has nothing to do with being a frat.
Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc. Send us a screenshot of your review, good or bad, and we will send you a sticker. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter if you're Australian, Snapchat. You can send us emails and voicemails we played on air, and you can call in and leave a voicemail at 702-483-7762. That's 702 buttfuck. That's probably not what it actually spells.
I don't think so. I don't think we were that. We just needed a number.
So it's only seven. It's only 7 numbers in an American number. So it would technically it'd be BUTFUCK,
yeah.
right? So would it be buttfuck or buttfuck?
Like, is there a question?
Check out the Chanter Rant store at chanterrant.com. And this episode, motherfuckers, is brought to you by our lovely patrons. Those proud, dedicated few who don't eat crayons and instead pay $5 a month to support Chanter Rant and keep the lights on and pay for my internet.
Right.
Although it doesn't actually pay for my internet, but I like to tell people it does.
Right. It makes it sound more legit as to why they give us money.
Well, then the people who are like watching the choppy ass stream right now will be like, "Man, I should double down on Patreon." Because,
maybe I should give them a little bit extra because that shit ain't working.
Yeah, it's a YouTube problem, guys. We checked all our shit. Our shit's good. So, hey, Fusco.
Yes, Josh.
You know what really poops in my beer pong cup?
What's that, Josh?
People who have a shitty attitude about pipe band.
Oh, well, good luck with today's episode.
Well, buckle in, buckaroo.
We've got some things to talk about. Oh, boy.
Yeah, and like I think that generally...
That's a bad attitude in life, to be quite honest, but
yeah,
it's all the same.
It permeates. If you have a shitty attitude in life, it permeates everywhere into all facets of your life. But I would generally say that people who don't understand the nuance of the critically acclaimed Chanter Rant podcast might be confused and think that we have a bad attitude because we bitch and moan and swear and talk shit and all that kind of stuff and call people cunts when we shouldn't and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's Fuco and McGurkin. That's not Josh.
Yeah.
We're still Andy and Josh right now.
Yeah, we're still Andy. But I would debate that. I would say that the subtle nuance is, we're the people who will bitch and moan on Saturday about how shitty everything was, and then like get right back to work on Tuesday.
Correct.
Like we give ourselves very little downtime. We give ourselves 1 day a week to be shitty about pipe band.
Yeah, you gotta have a short memory, and we definitely have that. Because
if we didn't, goldfish. Yeah.
If we didn't,
we wouldn't still be fucking showing up and trying to make everything better.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that later in the show. First things first. I just got back from camping.
Yeah, I saw that you were gone. Where?
I went to the Great Basin National Park. It's outside of Baker, Nevada, which has a population of 50. Yeah. Although I only saw 4.
Yeah,
I don't know where they're hiding the other 50.
That's one of my bucket list places. I've never been. It's supposed to be the best place to see stars. And all that.
It's insane. It's the darkest night sky in the contiguous United States, and they're not joking. It was dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever been, because especially growing up here, right, and growing up in Vegas, where there's just so much light pollution from everything. Mm-hmm. I've never been somewhere that dark in my life. I was like, holy shit. That was like waking up inside of Denzel Washington's butthole. Like, it was that dark.
That's racist.
What, you think there's a bright shiny light in there? No.
I have a question. Quick sidebar. because you just made me think of this with this racist comment.
Fuck, there's Josh getting canceled again.
So going back to what you said about calling everybody bro, I think about this very often because I call a lot of people bro too. But we are so hammered over the head with like sensitivity training in the United States. Like when I walk by a stranger, I say it to everybody, "Hey bro, how you doing?" Whatever. If I walk by a black dude and I call him bro, I feel weird about it.
Really?
Like, yeah.
But I don't think it's intended that way.
I call everybody that, so why should I care?
Yeah,
but I do because everybody's so goddamn like, am I calling him bro because he's black?
No,
like what the fuck?
No, I think he's probably just like, oh, that's just a white dude. Like,
yeah, I'm sure they don't care, but it's like in my head because you're hammered over the head.
Like if you walked up and you're like, "What up, my Negro?" I don't think that would go well. Like that might get some of your teeth loosened a bit, and rightfully so.
It's just a random thought in my head for the day. But
Granted,
you said bro.
The other thing that I get called out on all the time is I call a lot of people mate. From like growing up in pipe band shit, right. And so like I'm like, oh, what's up, mate? Like, what are you doing? What's going on there? And there's like, it's like, why are you saying mate but with a southern accent, like a fucking asshole?
That's a good point. Yeah, people here don't hear mate that often.
Or like, hey, like, what's up, mate? Like, what's going on? And they'd be like, what, you fucking British? You fucking Australian or something? I was like, no, dick. I'm politely asking you about your fucking day.
People just need to make an issue out of things. Yeah. You know how it is. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. What's up, cunt? How's it
there
going?
You go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now they're paying attention.
Yeah. That fixes everything.
So you were in Great Basin National Park.
Yeah, I went on a lovely camping trip. It was dark. It was high altitude.
What was the weather like, actually? Because it was in the summertime.
It was a little warm. So like it probably peaked around like maybe high 80s or 90, but like holy shit, man, I was getting eaten alive by fucking flies during the day. It was warm enough for that, and then like at night it was like a chill like 50 maybe. It was not bad.
I'm just thinking of like, should I go there in the summer to get out, or is it just gonna be the same nonsense?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like it was still a pain in the ass. Like as far as like just like especially because it's high altitude, it's like just fucking around camp, like setting shit up, all that, like hiking and everything. It was just like, man, I'm kind of feeling it. It's just hot enough and like just high enough. Or I'm like, yeah, like a month later would probably be better.
A month later, like August,
or go in like fucking May.
Oh, a month earlier. Okay.
Either way, like just on like we're in the dead May or summer September right now. So
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, it might be just too hot to go. But I hear there's a good mountain to climb.
Yep.
I have a friend that's a mountain climber and was talking about wanting to do that one.
Yeah, Wheeler Peak's pretty cool. There's some like lakes you can hike out to. We hiked out to some of the lakes. That was fun.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it.
And it was so funny because like people were dying on these hikes, right? Like all these other families and people that were there. And like then you have like me and Court at 11,000 feet, like just popping along, like we have beers in our hand. We're just like like there's a lake up that way, right? You're like sipping beers, like
Well, that's serious hiking. That's not like fucking Mount Charleston kind of shit.
Oh yeah, it's just nuts. But it was good fun. We had a great time, and cool. Now we're back. And I got to skip band practice this week, which apparently was a great move on my part.
No, you missed a lot of fun, a lot of drama, a lot of excitement.
So we'll definitely get into that.
2 weeks later, we're back to normal.
As soon as the world reopened and pipe band got slightly back to normal, everyone decided to start being an asshole again.
Correct. It's like we're right back to a-holes. Yeah.
But real quick, I want to shout out to the Channeray Discord. If you want to hang out with a bunch of fucking nerds, you can do that. It's channeray.com/Discord. They'll get you the invite. And I think what should we go on to? We got a lot of stuff. Let's go. Should we read more ads? Should we should do a quick plug for Dirtbag Olympics Part 5, channeray.com/dirtbag. Send us your stories. We can't do the episode until you unlovable fucks actually send us something.
Yeah, we've got about, 8 maybe? 8 to 10, somewhere in there. But some of them are not pipe band related, so we may or may not use those.
Yeah.
But we definitely need more. I don't know what you guys are so afraid of. Like, this is arguably our most popular episode other than the Stuart Little episode is when we do Dirtbag Olympics because everybody wants to hear the crazy shit that people are up to.
And with games coming back slowly but surely, y'all need to get out there and stick your P's in some V's, man.
That's what I intend to do. Look out.
Dude.
One of my friends, people we both know, but I won't quote him specifically, said...
The first big games is going to be like fucking spring break in
Cancun, this is what he said. He said, Winter Storm, the next time it happens, is going to be an unbelievable fuck fest.
Oh, it's going to be nuts. Like, We gotta get Chanarant brand condoms, and we'll just have a
For Winter
bowl.
Storm.
We'll have a bowl of Chanarant condoms.
That's
on
a great idea.
On the whatchamacallit, the fucking Lone Star Piper table.
No, let's like rent our own table and everything, so
just
they
sell
can't
merch.
get rid of us.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. We'll just have merch and
We'll just have the
condoms.
recording
Let's
set up
just
like right
record
in the middle.
and have nothing but a bowl of That's it. They'll be like greatest thing ever.
There you go. Stop by the Chanarant table at Winter Storm.
Dude, what a great idea. Hold on, I gotta write this down.
Well, you'll forget for sure. But speaking of games coming back, I was going to have a conversation with you about this offline, but since we're on air and I'm not going to see you for a while, let's just do it now. Should we go to Prescott?
Is that you want my opinion?
Yeah, that's the week from today is the Prescott games, which are actually going to be in Williams.
No, Flagstaff. You're saying.
Or I'm seeing Flagstaff. Sorry, Flagstaff, which is going to be in Williams.
Right. Oh, you mean should Chanarant? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
should
sorry.
Chanarant go?
You said Prescott. I'm thinking you meant the band should compete.
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Prescott's in September.
Right. Okay. Now I'm with you. Should we
They're
go to Flagstaff?
all those fucking podunk towns are the same, man. Sorry to our Arizona listeners, but like,
Hold on. Let me look at my schedule before I say anything. That's next weekend.
but so basically the internal conversation, right,
Right.
is Chanarant could go out. It's like finally we got an event that's close enough to us for us to go like do some sesh.
Right.
But it's also like kind of one of the shittier events.
Correct.
Like reliably, it's one of the shittier Highland games in the area.
Yeah.
And now I think it's going to be even shittier because it's moved to a shittier venue.
Well, we haven't seen it to be fair, but I mean it's in a smaller town, which seems
Well,
odd.
it's at like I looked up the
Oh, you did?
rodeo like grounds that it's on, and I'm just like, oh, so like now in addition to getting blasted by dirt, the bagpipers gonna be stepping in horse shit the whole time.
Well, I was just gonna ask, could it possibly be worse than the dirt field we were in
Dude,
last time?
Well, there were parts of that area, that park, that weren't dirt field,
Yeah, it was
where
cement.
everything else was.
It was. The
I don't
horse
think
barns.
that there's any options now.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but
Like I don't
it
know if there's
sounds
gonna be
awful.
any bands there. Like
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any bands competing. Nobody's told me there have been. I know there's the school happening beforehand, so some of those people
so
will be
there'll
there.
probably be solos.
There'll be solos for sure, but it'll probably be small.
But it's like, I mean, we could go potentially for the sesh, but I feel like it's gonna be shitty.
Yeah, but like as Kelly says, Flagstaff is fun regardless. So
That's true. Flagstaff is cool.
and she said we could stay with her where she rented some place.
Oh, we're gonna be like 5 people to a room if we
Well, who
go.
else is going?
Because like
Who else would go?
because like Kelly invited us.
Right.
As soon as we say yes, Harler's gonna want to go. Court potentially wants to go.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't have anything to do currently, so
If I was gonna do it, I would go down Friday, go to the game Saturday, drive back Sunday morning.
that's what I told Kelly. Like I have to
Yeah.
work until 6, so I have to drive late. But I could be there Friday night, stay Saturday, and come. I'd have to come back early.
I mean,
Sunday.
on the one hand, like content.
That's possible. Yeah, we could just do a show from there. There's people we never see, but they'll probably avoid us anyway because that's
Yeah,
the
because they're all
classic-
gonna hate us.
They're all gonna hate us.
We've had a year of doing podcasts, stuck inside, talking shit about people.
I just don't know. It's our chance to maybe get Bruce on tape, but that's the only person I can think of that I care to even talk
It's
to.
not terribly far. It's a couple hours.
3.5 hour maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna vote yes.
Okay.
If I don't have to pay for a hotel, I vote yes.
Okay.
Even if I did, I don't care that much.
I'll take that under consideration.
If we stay with Kelly and then put gas money on Chanarant, thanks to these fine patrons that are watching the show, right
Precisely.
now. And then we record a show and then quickly
Do like
get all our shit stolen.
And we could do like another like vlog thing like we did for Winter Storm.
Yeah. Did that ever get produced?
Yeah, man, those are out.
Oh, so we can do another take of somebody hitting me for something.
Of course.
I said?
Yeah,
Okay,
and it'll be
perfect.
this time it'll probably be in real life. It won't be staged. It'll probably be someone
Plenty of the-
actually fucking smacking you.
Plenty of those people that are ready to do that.
All right, so I'll consider it. You let us know in the comments, guys. Should we go to Flagstaff?
Were you hoping that I would say no? I don't want to go.
I'm so indifferent, right? Like, I'm so apathetic about the idea.
Yeah, I think that's probably just the momentum of not doing anything. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe. I mean, granted, there's probably not much going on there, so it's like, I can't think of games that would be exciting to go to other than someplace I've never been, like Stone Mountain or some shit.
That's what I was thinking, right? Like save up and go somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe that's the move. Except we don't have to pay anything. Pleasanton's happening this year, but I really don't care.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
I just don't care. Who else? I mean, there's Prescott. The Prescott games.
And Prescott I would go to either way because I feel like by September, one, it's going to be nice as shit in Prescott in September. And two, there'll probably be bands.
So I've made some contacts because I'm like, so I've talked to them.
I like how there's like a group of like 4 grade 4 bands that compete at Prescott every year, and everyone's just talking to each other like, well, I'm not going to go if you don't go.
Right. I mean, I said we're going.
It's the FOMO group.
It would be really nice if somebody else went, but I don't care because if we're the only band that goes, guess what? We get first place prize money both ways. So I did talk to Jeff in Phoenix, and he's like, oh, we don't have a grade 4 band. I talked to Kevin Conquest, and just because I know him, I asked him, are you guys going to compete in Prescott? He's like, we're going to perform, but we're not competing. I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on out there? And I know Phoenix is now combined with Tucson, so Tucson doesn't even exist anymore.
Holy shit.
And well, I mean, they do, but they're all competing together.
They compete as one band.
So let's see how long it takes Phoenix to destroy Tucson. Yeah. And then Glendale I contacted, but I haven't heard back from those guys.
Does Glendale still exist? I feel like that place might have just... Wasn't there like a sinkhole? Like I don't...
The band still... At least their Facebook is still active. I mean, like, I don't know. They got new kilts recently, so I don't know. Like, so, but either way, we could go to Prescott.
I'm pretty sure on my drive back, I saw the exit for Glendale, and it was just scratched out. It was just a cross through. It's like, nope, it's not there.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Just a spray painted black line across it. So let me ask you your opinion on this. Let me phrase the whole question, and then you give me your opinion.
Will do.
Prescott Games is happening. We could go and compete. If no other bands are actually competing, and there's prize money for both categories and travel money for mass bands, should we go or not, knowing that we're not competing against that way, but we'll play anyway?
Absolutely. Just to play.
You think?
Yeah, I think I mean, it's not the full competition experience, but we got some new people that we need to get out on the grass. Like, or they're gonna just atrophy, right? Like, you're gonna lose people because they're like, why is all of pipe band, practice on Tuesday?
Well, apparently a lot of these people just love to practice and never perform in public because, God forbid.
God forbid someone sees you play.
But we'll get into that, I guess. That's a good point. I'm wondering what like our drummers would say, like Mike and Tim in particular. Like, they want to go show their shit, which is, people will see it, but
yeah,
they're not going to call their name off first against anybody that matters. So, like, does it really matter? I mean, does it matter anyway? No, but part of the joy is hoping that you beat somebody, anybody. Yeah. I mean, maybe Glendale is competing. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard back from him. But
well, if we go and nobody else is competing, but they're just performing, we'll just beat the shit out of them in the parking lot, and you still get to beat someone.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll just be like, well, you didn't play, but we technically have to say we beat someone. So
I just want to say,
we'll do like the scene in Troy where it's like, we'll just put forward one warrior each.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, like who's gonna represent Vegas pipe band and who's gonna represent your pipe band? Like, let's just do this.
Tell you what, at the risk of making some enemies, I'm willing to say this, and you're gonna love this part, is one, our drum corps will beat anybody in Arizona, hands down.
Our drum corps will
beat anybody in grade 3, hands down.
It'll beat anybody grade 4 to 3 that is east of us, like in the West Coast. Like California,
I'd say other than, well, even Pasadena, because Glenn's gone. So I don't know what they're up to.
I haven't just heard him. Yeah.
I haven't heard him, but I'll throw that gauntlet down. And two, I would take us up against grade 3 bands at this stage for sure. Even pipers, if I get the right day, 6 to 8.
That's the thing, though. It's like getting people to show up,
Correct.
Which we'll also talk about.
The right people, yeah. So
yeah, that's interesting. Speaking of the right people,
so that's a challenge to you to show up to fucking Prescott and prove me wrong.
Yeah, come beat our drum corps.
I just want a fucking competition.
Come beat our drum corps, and Fusco will buy you a beer. Losing drum sergeant has to buy the other drum sergeant a beer.
Oh fuck! I'm still drum sergeant.
It's low. It's low stakes, right? So it's one beer.
One beer. I can handle that. Bruce.
But cool. Speaking of the right people, we have our July raffle winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Congratulations, Mr. Ted Hales.
Woohoo!
Longtime supporter.
Yeah, Ted's been around for a long time. He's one of those OG guys that used to give a shit back in the day.
He's like really one of the 6.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody that we actually know for a while has won something.
Yeah.
But it's still on you to contact us, you C-word.
Yeah, so Ted, pick a shirt. Send us
man.
your size, address, and that motherfucker is in the mail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I sent Rab a hat. He got a Secret 6 hat, and he didn't send me a picture of him wearing it, which
that's fantastic.
Means it's the last time I'm going to send him anything.
He didn't even say thank you. You had to like ask him like, hey, how's that hat? He was like, oh, by the way, it's great.
Yeah, I was like, hey, did you get your fucking hat? you fucking you potato head son of a bitch.
They don't make like a double XL in the hats that we have.
I just got him whatever the biggest one was. I was like, dude, the funniest thing was I asked him, I was like, hey, like, I'll send you a hat. Like, what's your head size? And like, whatever the fucking biggest one is. He's like, that's probably it. And I'm like, all right, no worries, bud.
That's the one I wear too, the giant one.
Yep. But cool, man. Congratulations, Ted. And for those of you who don't know, if you were a patron, you were entered once a month
to win free merch.
Win free shit, man.
Yeah, you get this sweet Secret Six hat that Josh is wearing right now.
This is probably one of the cooler pieces of merch that I've made.
Someday Josh is going. Should we address this fucking shirt? Because someday you're going to create your own
I thought
Hawaiian
we should just
shirt.
do the entire show and not give them the satisfaction of talking about it.
We'll bleep that out.
Yeah, just to fuck with them. But yeah, let's move on. So real quick, Fusco.
Yes, sir.
Your one of your rock band projects, you've been recording recently. I see. If you don't follow Fuko on the socials, it's at Iron Piper, IRONPYPRR. How's that going, man? How's being back in the studio?
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun to record. It's a lot of stress, but not for me because my part was already done.
I was about to say, yeah, you can do you knock your part out in what, like 2 takes, and you're just like, all right, there you go, print it.
Like fix it if you need to. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, that's a great thing, especially with drums, because you're like, oh, you fucked up this part. That's okay. I'm gonna copy paste the part where you got it right. Like
he does do some of that, yeah, which is great. Yeah, no, we finalized our vocals for the Shatter the Moon project, which is my sort of hard rock heavy metal band. We finally talked our bass player into singing, and he's did an amazing job.
Killed it, dude.
Yeah, he's learned in like 3 months how to sing pretty well, and which is great. And then so that'll be coming out soon. It's not final mix, but it's basically done. Then we're gonna go take over the world at that point.
That was the funniest fucking thing, dude. I remember us like drinking. Shocker, I know. Drinking at the bar. Like, yeah, like we're trying to figure out this fucking vocals thing, and I was like, make Zach do it.
That's exactly it. He was the one to take it on, and I don't remember why he said yes, because I wouldn't even think to tell the guitar player to learn to sing. Maybe because, I don't know. I really don't remember how it all came about, but I remember thinking like, dude, why don't you just do it? Well, like, I'm tired of looking for people.
It's not even that. Like the conversation that I had was like, Zach is a front man.
He doesn't think so.
I know he doesn't think so, but he's fucking wrong. Like he's, like it's like, dude, you're a front man. Like watch him perform. He's moving. He's got energy. He's cool. He's got a cool fucking look. Like he's got fucking style. He can fucking sing. As it turns out, he can play the shit out of bass.
Yeah, and he used to be a guitar player in their old band. He was the guitar player, not the bass player. But he switched to bass because they couldn't find a bass player.
Nobody could find a bass player.
And then we couldn't find a singer, so we put him on vocals too. In typical Vegas or really any band fashion, bass players and singers are fucking hard to come by.
Fucking drummers are hard to come by, man. There's 3 drummers in the Valley. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And I'm in 17 bands. So.
Yeah. There's 3 drummers in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But yeah, man, it was a ton of fun. It's coming out soon, so look for that.
I'm stoked. I got to listen to some of the early stuff today. It sounded fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's plug the dojo.
Did we?
No, should we?
Oh, I suppose they sort of help pay us sometimes.
Fusco.
Yes.
Do a dojo ad.
So you too can join the dojo. You know, Andrew's got a new thing he's doing, and I love this idea. And I know not that much about it, but a little about it. But he's forming in honor of the Olympics. I'm just going to say that's why he's doing this because I don't know. But he's formed Team Dojo to go out to competitions, online competitions, and people are going to register as Team Dojo instead of their band or their association. Instead of their association, they're going to register Team Dojo. And he just wants to fill the boards with dojo people that are winning because a lot of them are doing it anyway. But he wants to
that way you can see like, hey, by the way, all the people at the top 5, those are all dojo.
Those are all dojo people. So guess what? Which is a brilliant idea. But you too can join the dojo and learn the ways of the masters. People like myself.
I learned something the other day.
Tim, whatever his name is.
Ready for this? I learned this at Piper's dojo at the Dojo University.
Oh boy, what is this? Wow,
it's getting there.
Is that grip?
Yeah, it's getting there.
That is the beginnings of a grip, my friend.
Beginnings of a grip. I'm
That is brilliant, but. So anyway, you can go to chanarant.com/suckless. Is that still the thing?
Yeah, and that is your $1 30-day premium test drive. And
Should definitely check it out.
it's $1. I guarantee. Hey, I'm. Times are tough. Nobody here's got less money than me. I can guarantee. For $1, just suck up as much as you can in 30 days and then cancel.
And then get the fuck out. Yeah, I mean, we don't
Or
care.
more likely, what will happen is you'll pay $1 and then you'll be like, holy fucking shit.
There's a lot here. And
I could be good at piping if I wanted to. Yeah. And all I would have to do is spend my budget that I typically use for like premium Pornhub, and I could do it at Piper's Dojo instead, and I'd be better.
Listen, ladies, you can pay $1 for a month and just stare at Cam Drummond for once a week for a month.
Yeah, and if you're having trouble coming up with the money, I would suggest you start sending feet pics on OnlyFans or something. People
wear underwear and sell them because that's apparently a thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to get into that.
I've been selling Andy's bathwater on the Chanarant store. Apparently, that's a thing that some lonely chicks in the middle of nowhere want to buy. So,
Hey, whatever pays the bills, my friend.
You would not believe the color that it is.
I mean, there was a period of time when I gave blowjobs down on Fremont Street to make the rent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
so whatever you gotta
trust me, he had to do a lot of blowjobs because he's not that good at it.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't charging a lot. Let's just put it that way.
I choke a lot. It's very very bad.
He's got a very persistent gag reflex. If he slips while marching and his blowpipe goes in too far, that's going to be vomit for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's over. It's over, John.
So there you go, Dojo ad. You're welcome, Doogie. Oh, also
every
new,
dojo ad ends with a blowjob thing.
Every dojo ad, unlike any dojo meetup, ends with a blowjob. Also, we have the new book. The Finding Bagpipe Freedom book is available now. Andrew Douglas and our very own Ozzy Osborne put together this book. It's fantastic. You can get that through our link at chantarant.com/freedom.
You should definitely check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to read Fusco's copy when he's done with it because I'm too cheap to buy one.
That's fine. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I going to do with it? Read it again?
Yeah. I mean, I'm imagining the problem I'm going to have is I've hung out with Doogie so much and I talk to him so often that I'm not going to be able to read the book without like hearing his voice in my head.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I do read it in his voice.
So Ozzy, I need you to do the audio version as soon as possible.
He recorded the audio version.
Yeah, but
himself.
I don't want it to be his voice.
I know.
I want it to be anybody else.
He put it out on his podcast channel. He put out, I think it's chapter 3, maybe, I forget exactly, but him just reading it, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Let's compete. Let's do a competing reading where we'll release. Let's get the scoop. We'll record the whole audiobook and release it on Chanarant first, and then get canceled by the dojo.
That's a good idea. Would he sue us?
100%.
Let's get Honey Bourbon to read it.
Oh, fucking
But,
Christ.
like, change the words as he feels necessary.
Yeah, it would just be, oi, oi, cunts. So then you fucking need to, make your way on down to some freedom.
It's not a bad idea. All the real degenerates of Chanarant, like, what's his name? The black dude.
Let's get, Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie to read it.
Let's get fucking, we'll get Megan to do it as if it's a graphic, like, sex novel. Like,
oh, yeah.
And then make sure that your E is crisp.
Should we bring up your anger from last week about being ratted out?
What was I ratted out on?
Sex talk, ponytails.
Oh yeah. No, I got in trouble. I was not stoked.
Do we want to talk about that or no?
No, dude. It's just like, man, if you listen to the show, like, fucking don't get me in trouble. Like,
like chill out, man. It's not that big a deal.
Because it's always a game of telephone, right?
Correct.
So it's always like, I'll say something like, like my girlfriend is pretty, and then like by the time she gets told secondhand by someone else, it's like, did you hear Josh says you're a raging porn star on the show? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? It's not what I fucking said.
Because I've listened to the episode. I listened because I edited it this week, and I was like,
and I'm hoping you were generous in the edit.
Oh, I almost touched nothing. So, but it really wasn't that much.
That was
bad.
a funny thing because she was all pissed at me. I was like, I didn't fucking say anything.
Like I listened. It was like nothing. It was like we said it. Andrew said it. Something about like Andrew said something about you pulling her ponytail. It was just an offhanded joke. And then next thing we know, Josh is in trouble because he's talking about their sex life or something. Like, it never happened that
I
way.
didn't even do anything.
It's so funny.
I almost got canceled, fucking, and you know who you are.
You told me about it before I listened to the show, and I'm like, oh, God, I can't wait to hear what happened. And like,
No,
it was nothing.
dude. Because I wasn't like even that trash on that show. So I'm sitting there. I'm like,
No.
what I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't see anything like this.
No, it was just an offhanded, stupid
It's the same
comment.
thing that happens when like
It was
we
him
get-
busting your balls just like we were busting his
it was the
balls.
same. It was the same thing that happens like when we say something and someone's like, "Did you?" You know, we're like, "Yeah, you know, like this kind of sucked," and they're like, "Did you hear the Channeran boy says you should go home and kill yourself?" It's like, no, that's not what we fucking said. Listen to the fucking
Oh,
episode.
that happens so much. But I guess that's just life.
That's
You
just
hear
how
that.
it is, man. People like to
Joe Rogan gets in trouble all the time for saying shit.
yeah. People like to stir shit, man. Like that's okay. I mean, what the fuck do you think we're doing
People
here?
are very bored out there, apparently. But that's okay because that's what brings us listeners. So that we're cool with it.
Speaking of bored people, this episode of the Channeran fuck, I fucked it up. Hold on. Just leave it in. Speaking of bored people, this episode of the Channeran Podcast is brought to you by the following sponsor. This episode of the Channeran Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA. Boom.
Thanks, McClellan. You're the best.
You are the best. I play your bagpipes, and I fucking love them.
They are great. So much better than your McCallums.
Yeah, I gotta sell those. What kind of idiot do you think will buy them?
I know some idiots.
Just give them to some student that's never gonna go anywhere, like any of the students you have right now.
Anybody. Yeah.
Well, your online students are going somewhere.
No,
I'm
they're
talking about your local
The
students.
local ones, yeah. I can do that. Although we have recently, I don't know, did I tell you this? Somebody a month ago or so donated to the band. They just called me up out of nowhere and said, "Hey, my son was in the Navy and was in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and he went to a pipe shop or something, bought like a full outfit, kilt, jacket, everything, the whole 9 yards, set of bagpipes, everything."
This is why how we know we pay people in the Navy too much.
Yeah, for sure. And he's like, he hasn't played. It's been sitting in my house. This is his father for 10 years, and he hasn't played it since like he came back. He's like, I just want to donate it and get rid of it. I'm like, okay, I'll come check it out. So I drove over to the guy's house, set of Gibson bagpipes from like 10 years ago.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I was like, oh shit, these are real. I was expecting Pakistani
Yeah, I was
nonsense.
expecting Stanley pipes as well.
And the kilt was quality made. The jacket was quality. Like, I'm like, oh shit. It was a horribly ugly kilt, but it was real. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Okay. This is like, I mean, retail $3,000, but probably for real, like $2,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, do you want a receipt? You want like a donation? He's like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Just take it.
Dude,
Like,
there
all
you go,
right,
man.
So I've already sold the kilt.
Fundraiser for the band.
It's in process. Fortunately, there's a band that uses that kilt, which is fantastic.
So that was the tablecloth kilt that you posted the photo of.
Correct. I just want to know what it was, so I knew who to look for.
I literally thought you were doing a bit.
No,
So
that was the kilt that was donated
So Fusco posts this picture,
on our band channel.
and he posted it on social too, like on
Social media,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so he posted on social media, and he's like, "Anyone know what tartan this is?" And I thought for sure that you were at a gig, and you took a picture of the tablecloth, and you were like doing a bit.
Oh no, not at all.
And so I commented like, oh, like clan tablecloth or
McPicnic
something.
table or something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like, yeah, I think it was a McPicnic table.
A lot of people had a lot to say about that.
I didn't realize that was actually a kilt. I thought you were doing a bit.
It's the ancient hunting Macintosh tartan.
I feel so bad for the people of ancient Macintosh who had to hunt in that tartan because everyone else had to have been making fun of you.
Bright yellow, orange, green.
Do you think there's a hereditary color blindness in that clan?
Probably.
Probably.
Somewhere in the yellow-orange range.
It's like the ancient, the ancient Macintoshes who were known for stabbing the wrong side in combat because they couldn't tell who the fuck was who because they were so colorblind.
Dude, it's a rough tartan, but it was really nicely made. That's the thing. I was like, this is a real kilt. This isn't like fucking sport kilt.
Yeah, you can tell the difference immediately.
Yeah, so fortunately, there's a band in California that's called the Macintosh Pipe Band that uses that kilt. So I looked them up.
I'm so sorry for you guys.
I looked them up on Facebook, and they had 2 tartans on their pictures. They had like this different one that looked better, and then this one. So I'm like, oh god, I hope they still use this one. So I contacted them. They're like, oh my god, that's our kilt, perfect, yes. I'm like, hey man, I'd rather help out a pipe band than sell it to some jerk off who's gonna like
100%
wear it with a fucking battle axe or some shit. So
because bands always need kilts, man.
Yeah, if somebody came to me and offered half price for a kilt, that like I would. Of course, it's never gonna happen because Nevada State tartan is a bitch to get, but. Like, dude, like, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in. I'll take it. So that's what we did. But anyway, the point being, we got this Gibson set of pipes that I'm going to have to offload at some point. But I'll sell yours first. That's fine. I'll just pick the right person to go the right set of pipes.
Yeah, I'm so backlogged on like ideas for stuff that I'm never gonna have time to make. Like, cause I was always thinking, I was like, man, I should do like a side by side where like I like try to fix up my MacLellans as best as possible, fix up my MacLellans as best as possible, and do them next to each other.
This is what I suggest: take your do a thing with Joe Brady or MacLellan, and be like, Joe, let's do it like a video series or something like. What's his name? The guy that makes the MacLellan pipes. I forget his name. Roddy, and have him like fix them, like bore them. Because the issue is the bores. I think that's why they sound shit and they don't tune right. Is because the bores
so
are
take
wrong.
my old pipes,
send them
back.
Because that happens a lot. A lot of these guys will rebore pipes or straighten them out, do whatever it is, and see if he can make them work right.
That's true because he's goddamn master.
He's good, yeah. And Joe would be like, all right, this is let me see if I can make this guy's so good he can even make MacLellan sound good.
Here's what we do. MacLellan Bagpipes. Here's what we need to do. You fly me out to wherever you are for like a week.
South Carolina, I forget. Somewhere in the Carolinas.
Fly me out for like a week and we'll film a whole fucking like fancy ass thing about like the shop and like, you know, and we'll do like a challenge like, hey, can you make these better? Mm-hmm. Because then if he can do it with those, then I'll just start going down the list and be like, all right, these are like packies. Like, can you make these sound good?
That'd be at least it would be eyes on this company.
How do I get the job as the main like YouTube content creator and video creator for MacLellan Bagpipes? Right, like that's what you know.
That could be some sweet money because if Joe's involved, it's gonna make money.
Plus I get trips out east. I can go see some friends.
He'll move you out there. Like you're gonna be full on marketing director for MacLellan Bagpipes when they take over the world.
Fucking might end up having to move out there anyway. But well, that's neither here nor there.
It's close enough. Like.
Oh, this episode of the Chantarant podcast brought to you by the Chantarant store. Buy all your great Chantarant gear and t-shirts and even tank tops for the ladies. It's a hot one out there at this world's pipe band competition, so don't forget to head to chantarant.com and buy yours today.
Someone got a shirt while we're on the live.
Look at us.
We're back already.
Drinking beers. Dicks in butts, fingers in butts, sucking down on fats. Outrageous fun.
Oh, boy. Are we back or no?
Yeah, we're back. And we're back. Thank you for everyone who stuck around through the intermission, chatted with each other, sucked each other off a little bit, I hope. Played a little game of turn off the lights, played a little game of who's in my mouth.
I've been there. Been on the wrong side of that game.
Every time you go to the Flagstaff school.
I'm usually the giver of that episode.
There you go.
Whatever, but whatever.
So Fusco.
Yes, sir.
As we were discussing through many meetings and conversations, as we often do, due to the huge amount of preparation we do for the Chantarant podcast each week, you.
This was all 5 minutes yesterday.
You had some interesting experiences, not only at practice on Tuesday, which I was not there for because I was in the woods, but also just kind of overall some interesting stuff on the topic of, now that we're back to band drama and shitty attitudes in piping. How would you like to begin? Do you want to start with like your Tuesday convo, or you want to start with like some of the screenshots you sent me?
Let's start with the screenshots because they're quick.
Okay.
So I guess the idea, this is really random that it all happened in the same week, kind of, or at least that I was made aware of it within the same week. But it's like things you see on the internet that would annoy you. So first screenshot, which is a quick one, is so I posted a video of me playing just for my business channel or whatever, which I do every
the Las Vegas Bagpiper. We can plug it.
So
I should probably eventually I'm gonna have to make a fucking bagpiping Facebook page, which I'm not stoked on, but
yeah, probably someday.
Josh McEachern piping. I don't fucking know. There you go.
So anyway, I posted on this video, and so that people were commenting on it, whatever, and it was all pretty fine. So somebody posted, and this sort of gets to the heart of the can't do spirit of so many people in our world.
That can't do attitude.
That can't do attitude. That I just don't understand people like that. But I mean, I've seen it so much, you would think we would at least have a hold on it, but I don't.
You would think that we'd be dead to it by now. But every time it's still surprising. Even the pandas are fucking now.
Yeah, exactly.
even the pandas are fucking. So like, why aren't you practicing?
Yeah. So I don't understand its attitude sometimes. Okay, so somebody said, "Oh, that's really nice." Blah blah blah. Now if I can only play like that, kind of a thing. And I said, I just sort of like typical, like, yeah, just keep following the dojo method and you'll do fine, or something like that, or bagpipe freedom and you will. And then like you could have left it at that, but of course, people like this don't.
Well,
ever.
You get fucking boomers on Facebook, bro. And what do you think's gonna happen?
They have to tell you every thought that goes through their head. Which
nothing good on TV that night.
Let me give you some advice, people. You don't have to externalize every thought in your head. Like not everybody needs to know. And there is I don't know. I think I was brought up with maybe an over amount of shame. But like
that tracks.
even like a reasonable amount of shame would help this person.
Yeah.
Like this is such a shameful comment to me. Like I would never say it in public. I may think it, but at times, but I would never say it.
One of the things I loved. Have you watched that Bo Burnham special yet that I recommended to you?
No,
The Inside.
I'm not that into him.
He does a bit where he's like, sometimes I think, is it really necessary for like everyone to share whatever they're thinking with the whole world, like all the time? Like, no. Is that? And he's like, could everyone, or could one person for 1 hour, just like shut the fuck up, just for an hour, just one person for 1 hour,
just please shut the fuck. Like so many people need that advice in their life. Shut the fuck up.
Granted, I'm the person where like I get so close to like flame wars on social media, and I'll type out.
You can't engage.
So the trick that I do, and this fucking, for more life advice, follow me at Josh Plays Pipes. But so what I'll do is I will type out like the fucking vitriolic response that I want to give because someone's being such a fucking asshat on social media. Mm-hmm. And then I read it and I'm like, yep, that'd be good. And then I just delete it and I just go on with my life. I just go on with my day. I'm like, this is what I want to say. Okay. And I look at it and I'm like, yep, that'd be good. And then I delete it and I just fucking move on with my day.
Correct. So I've done that in my life for sure, especially when I first took over as pipe major in the band. Like people would complain about everything and I would write a letter, email usually.
Yeah.
And then like my rule was I'd sit on it a day. And if I still felt like I needed to send it, then I would.
Yeah. Sleep on that shit.
99% of the time I never did.
It's a great thing if you have like a notes app on your phone, or like I use like Evernote because you can save it. And I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm like, this like dickhead said this on this time at this date for this reason. This is what I was going to say. And then I look back and I'm like, all right, yeah.
Better that I didn't say that. Yeah.
Usually I'm like, that would have put them in their place, but they're
not going to learn from it anyway. So what's the difference?
It's like playing chess with a pigeon, right? Like no matter what you do, it's going to shit on the board and act like it won.
Mm-hmm. Exactly correct. So one of the best quotes, there's two people who said this best. Dennis Leary is one of them, and then, of course, from the movie Big Lebowski. We should all take this more in our lives, but shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
dog.
But shut the fuck up. Next. You don't need to say everything. But anyway, this is what this person said. I don't have enough time left on this planet to play that well. I needed to have started as a child, and I might have had a chance.
You're not that good, though. This is
What
one
about
of
me?
This is one of your videos? You fucking played Castle Dangerous.
I played a Ground of a Peep Rock, Castle Dangerous, and another 3-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
Like, any dickhead can play those tunes. It's the things behind it. It's the tone, the blowing, that stuff.
Correct.
That's cutting
Correct.
the wheat from the chaff.
correct. And that's the thing that we talked about probably 2 weeks ago, maybe, if it was whatever it was.
Who knows, man? We just posted like episode 69.
We're completely out of order.
Yeah,
It's all- it doesn't
everything's all
matter.
fucked up.
The world is fucked. But my point being, and I said this however many weeks ago now, is you don't have to have Stuart Little's fingers to create good tone and have a good set. Like
Yeah.
I played a Ground of a Peep Rock, which is pretty easy to do,
That's a grade.
and 2, 3, 4 tunes.
That's what the grade 4 P-Rock standard. Like you have to do the ground
ground
for-
and a variation,
and a variation for a contest?
generally. But very often that's if you're playing if you're recording something, it's incredibly rare that you'd play an entire Peep Rock because nobody's going to listen to it.
Yeah.
So you don't. But the melody of the grounds are typically pretty good. So anyway, that's why I did that. But that's really neither here nor there. It's just that underlying attitude that always gets to me. It's like that, and this is coming up next, but that whole, when you start with I can't, guess what? You're right.
Yeah.
It's that whole fucking concept. Like, what breeds that? Like, why do that sad sack, pity
And it's
me
also
nonsense?
it's also like, okay, so if you started when you were fucking 6 years old, was your practice mentality different than it is now?
No, but people assume that because you're a kid,
That's
Or-
why
or
you're good, or you started early
had-
and that's why you're good.
yeah, and
Dude, I started early. I still suck.
correct.
Yeah,
You were 13, 14, whatever it was.
I was better
But-
then than I am now.
I mean, that's no answer. That doesn't make it the case. Granted, the people that are brilliant probably played when they were a kid, but that means they've been playing for 50 years, 40, 50, 30, 40,
Yeah.
50 years. If you started when you were 40 and you're 60 or whatever, I don't know. You've been playing for 20 and Stuart Little's been playing for 40 years.
But
You know,
I would
like, that's a
also-
big difference.
I would also say that, like, okay, let's say Stuart's been playing for 40 years and you've only been playing for 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pick any 10 years of that 40, and he was putting more work in than you.
Correct. That's the thing. Like, is it time on instrument or is it just time that I
So,
say I'm a bagpiper?
Yeah,
Right.
It's like, like you can say, oh, I've been playing for 20 years and I'm only this. And if I'd started 10 years earlier, I would have been this. It's like, well, it
Would you
depends.
have-
Would
would
you
you
put
have-
more work in that
Yeah,
time?
would-
I don't think so.
You might have, but only because of you couldn't help it. But did you put 3 hours a day? Like Glenn Brown, I know for a fact, practices 3-4 hours a day.
100%.
Or Jack Lee practice. Like, no, you're not doing that. So why would you equate yourself to that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like this person, I'm sure, did not put the time in that I put in, especially in my early stages. But to a certain extent, like in the early days, people put in a lot of time. Are you doing that? And I'm not trying to single this person out by any means. This is rampant.
Well, and it's not
This attitude is
yeah,
rampant.
we're not
we have it in our
singling-
band like crazy.
We're not singling this person out, but it is the reason that this is an excellent illustration is because this person verbalized an attitude that we see all the fucking time. Like
Correct.
they are not a singular
No.
rock in an ocean of like, oh, I can't do anything because blah blah blah. Like, no, there's so many fucking people that think the exact same way, and this is just one of the few times we've seen it publicly verbalized this way.
Yeah, the fact that you. So here's the.
And
other
it's
thing.
like, so let's
Here's
just
the shame aspect.
This
of
person, if you listen to the episode and
she
recognize
doesn't, but she has
yourself,
friends that do. So I'm sure we're gonna hear about this.
you totally can. Like it's like you could play a fucking killer Castle Dangerous.
absolutely
Like,
can.
You absolutely can. You could work on it with like attention to detail for 30 minutes a day for a week and nail it.
Listen, all you
Like,
got.
it's not.
If you focus on phase 3 and work on your blowing, which I did because I was forced to. Granted, back then I was just stupid dope too, and I was like, nobody cares. It's all about the fingers, right? And I kind of happened into it, but I also always appreciated good tuning because it's so important. Good tuning and good ability to produce
And
tone,
tone, yeah.
whatever you want to call it. But like anybody can. I will guarantee if you work with me and you're willing to actually work, you can do this. You don't have to have Stuart Little's fingers. You don't have to play fucking Thunderstruck at 120 beats a minute to make somebody feel something, right? So there's a great quote from Maya Angelou, who I've posted this on the Dojo site recently. It's Victor Wooten, who's a bass player. You know who he is? He's doing this little speech in front of people, and he talks about he quotes Maya Angelou, and he says, people won't remember what you said to them, but they'll remember how you made them feel, right? So I promise you, any of you people, any piper of any level, if you work on your tone and good, simple tunes played well, you can make people remember you for how you made them feel.
Absolutely.
You can make people cry for a good reason. Not because, like, oh, God, why is this person insulting my entire family at this funeral right now?
You just ruined Granddad's funeral.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't have to be a genius.
The wedding was great except for the bagpiper.
Now, of course, things go wrong, but
shit happens.
99% of the time, it won't. You know,
on a long enough timeline, everyone's survivability goes to 0.
Correct. So anyway,
the longer you play, you're gonna fuck up eventually.
So much of the attitude of like can't, and we deal with this with people in our band and everybody. I'm sure it does. Of course, everybody does. But it's just so remarkable to me that people come into this thing, and why don't they quit?
Well, the thing for
That's
me,
the thing.
right?
Like, if you're so miserable, why do you still do this?
The interesting.
I don't want you to quit. Don't get me wrong, but
the interesting thing for me
understand.
when it comes to like piping and pipe band, right, is like you'll have a can't-do attitude. I'm never gonna be able to be good. You're not putting the work in. Like all this shit, right? All this just like self-destructive shit. Mm-hmm. It's an expensive fucking hobby.
Yep.
Like, why would you pay $1,500 for a set of bagpipes and God knows how much for lessons, and then be like, well, I'll never be good.
What?
Like that's how you're going in? Like,
don't understand.
dude, if you just want to put money on
that's
the
like no hope concept.
yeah,
No.
it's like if you just want to put money on the floor and set it on fire, fucking become a patron or get into sailing. Like,
take that money you're donating to the dojo and put it on our Patreon.
yeah, like dude, if you just want to burn money, buy a boat. Like
Yeah, become a sailor. You'll be and guess what? Nobody will expect anything of you ever.
yeah.
Nobody will care. Except maybe you're a significant other who might want to go on a boat trip every once in a while, and guess what? The engine doesn't fucking start. Listen, I grew up with this. I know exactly how that goes down.
I grew up on a 36-foot sailboat, and you know how mechanically competent Angus is.
Oh my God. But it's a sailboat. It doesn't have an engine, right?
It had an engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you have to motor out. I'm not sailing out of the fucking dock.
Jesus Christ. We had a boat when I was a kid. My father was always into fishing and boats. He was in the Navy and stuff, so he's always into that. He bought a boat once. God, I must have been a young teenager, something like 12, 13, something like that. And it never really worked right, as boats never really do, right?
Yeah.
And my mother gave him no end of shit whenever we'd like go to the lake and then it wouldn't fucking
start.
Like, what the fuck? Like, let this be a lesson to you kids. Never get a boat. My mother would, fucking just in your ear the whole time. Like,
Also,
Jesus Christ, he's trying to do something. Like, give him a fucking break.
Like you could get a boat. You just have to like maintain your boat.
Well, no, he was really good about that. But like if you're not mechanically inclined and it's not in the water most of the time, you don't use it for 7-9 months out of the year.
Yeah,
like it's
hard.
gonna like. What do you do? I don't know. But anyway, it's just fucking funny.
That's like when I first got my piece of shit truck, which currently isn't in my driveway because it's the top half of the engine is disassembled. Mm-hmm. But I'd have trouble starting or like it'd click over and shit like that. And like I'd be with my girlfriend out somewhere, and we were like, this was like early in our dating. This was before she was like committed to like, oh yeah, like I'll date that piece of shit. Like she had options back then. All right.
I mean, to be fair, she still has options.
Yeah, that's true.
And for her, it's sunk cost fallacy, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm relying on it. I'm fucking relying on that. And so literally, like, we'd stop or like the truck wouldn't start. And she's like, oh shit, like, do we need to get a tow? Do we need like whatever? I'm like, no, give me a sec. And it's like pop the hood, and she's like,
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's like bang, bang, bang. It's like in a video game animation where like it's like hold X to fix car, and then just your character's just doing this, like they're not actually doing anything. And then just like get back in, it's like, and she's like, how the fuck? And I was like, you wiggle some shit. Like I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so getting back to the can't do attitude. So this person was kind of singular. We've only really addressed one of the screenshots.
Yeah. So this one is related, but also semi-unrelated.
And this is all on that post.
All the one picture, yeah. And most of it was.
So even the stuff about CR that was on the same post.
No, different post. So
different post.
The CR stuff, which is going to be a slight sidebar, is from a Camille post.
Okay.
So Camille was talking about the book. She was on the show, etc.
Oh, so it was like, hey,
I'm going on the show.
I'm gonna be on Chanarant. Like,
yeah, this was just before last week or whatever. So she posted something like, I'm gonna be on the show. So this guy writes in. Says,
also, I guess we didn't do this at the top, but thank you, Doogie and Camille, for coming on the show.
You guys were
week.
awesome.
Yeah,
It
you guys
was
were
fantastic.
stupid fun.
So this guy writes in, seems like I need to give Chanarant another try. I listened to them one time and was so offended I've never gone back. At the time, they sounded like a couple of drunk, giggly frat boys with a microphone. Now,
Accurate.
that's exactly what we're
Yeah.
going for. So
You
thank
shouldn't give us another try. We have not.
We have not changed.
I'm not gonna out this person too much, but Bob, you should not give us another try. You're not going to be more satisfied.
No, it's never going to get better for you because guess what? This is what
because
we
your
do.
head's too far up your ass, Bob.
But that is not the point. The fact that he posted this was fine. Not everybody likes us, and that's actually most people don't.
Most
so
people
that's fine.
dislike us, so we're pretty used to this.
And that's fine. But what was interesting is the second one.
We're a pretty fucking niche audience.
So who liked this post?
Oh, the guy who said we're giggly drunk frat boys.
Yeah. So that's the second screenshot. So
are-
I might be reading a bit much into this.
Are
I don't
we
know.
not giggly drunk frat boys with microphones?
I mean, we are
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
I mean,
You
a co-
are.
it's
I'm
a-
not a frat. I was never in a frat, but
it's
you were.
it's a fucking comedy show, but like
I'm just interested in the fact.
that'd be like saying, well, this pickup truck's not my cup of tea because the back's so open. It's like, well, yeah, that's what it does.
Right.
Like,
But I mean, maybe he came into it not knowing that. He was just like, "Hey, a piping podcast."
no,
so
man, yeah, I would recommend Big Rab or
Yeah,
Droning
absolutely.
On. Or,
But if you look at his comment below it, because there's a few people discussing it back and forth, and then he says, "When I listened, there was an unacceptable amount of swearing.
well, fucking A.
Perhaps I'm assuming he's Australian because he responding to Camille. But anyway, perhaps I should have just described them as potty mouth, drunken, giggly frat boys. I'm not easily offended.
False.
They just took too much time to get around to besmirching, discussing piping. I'll give them.
No,
another
don't
listen."
do it. Don't do it, Bob.
So he's right. We almost never get around to piping.
Almost
Sometimes
never.
we do.
Yeah, it depends.
Sometimes.
It's hit or miss.
But anyway, I thought that was a funny review. Bob, what I suggest
Can we
Bob
send him a
does-
sticker?
Because that's technically your review.
Yeah, that's technically a review.
This is what you do, Bob. We will send you a sticker. I will even sign it if you want it. I don't know if you want that. But
I'll put my balls on it.
yeah. But take that review, both those comments, give us 5 stars, but post it to iTunes.
I think
terrible.
that. I mean, okay, so
I don't even care what stars you give us, but 5 stars is helpful.
like if he wrote this show is potty mouth drunken giggly frat boys, like that's a review. I'd take that. That's
Oh,
not
it's absolutely
It's not
a review.
inaccurate.
No, it's not at all. It's absolutely a review.
But the following statement of I'm not easily offended, obviously you fucking are, bro.
he said it in the first comment.
Yeah.
That he was offended.
There's too much swearing. So it's like, I know you're saying you're not easily offended. You know who
says that?
Yeah,
People
who are
easily
easily offended.
so
People who aren't easily offended never have to say it.
I don't know if he's Australian. You should look him up.
I
See
don't
if
know,
he's from Australia.
But the other funny
like those
thing-
people are never offended. I can't.
That's
even
like
believe
that's
this.
like the thing that I always find is funny. Like when you're in a conversation with someone and they're like, "Well, I'm not racist, but."
And then they look over their shoulder.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you know what? People who aren't that don't have to say.
Yeah, they never say that because they're never going to say something potentially racist.
Because hey, guess what, man? I can tell you, I know that you think you're not easily offended, but as a person who is legitimately not easily offended, you're out of your league. You're out of your depth, son. I would say at best you're maybe mediumly offended.
Right. Yeah. Medium. Even that's too much. But anyway, so go to the people that like this comment. This is why I brought this up.
So,
it has
yeah.
really nothing to do with the review.
So
who cares?
Like this comment came. Well, yeah, I actually think it's a pretty accurate review.
Yeah,
if
it's
you're,
absolutely
if you're fucking asking me.
We're assholes and we swear a lot.
So it's a group. It's including Ozzy.
Yep. Ozzy's in there. So I won't count Ozzy or Diana because we know them and they both hit
Well,
laugh.
and my mom.
And no, your mom's kind of on board with this, to be quite honest. And I'll tell you why that connects. But Diana and Camille both hit laugh, right? So ha ha ha, that's funny.
It is
which
funny.
is true. It's funny.
It is funny.
So, and then the other 3, Stephanie, I know she's a dojo student. I don't know her that well, so I can't read that much into it. But Tori, your mom, wouldn't surprise me. She's like, yes, I agree with this.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Drunken
She's told
potty
us
mouth
this-
frat boys.
She's told us this to our face.
Are you kidding me? She is the harborer of drunken potty mouth frat boys for our entire life.
Correct. Like she encourages it, and maybe indirectly, but
We would have drunken potty mouth frat boys would have starved to death long ago if it wasn't for my mother.
absolutely, like for sure. But so like it doesn't surprise me, Tori. You never know. But anyway, one of our band members also.
You're reading this too much.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would maybe. I think
so one of our
band
band
members
members
gave it a
also,
thumbs up. Who has a history of disliking what we do?
Yeah, but I mean that's fair. That's you're allowed to dislike what we do.
But that doesn't come across as a bit passive aggressive and like something? And I wouldn't have noticed this if somebody didn't point this out to me. I wouldn't even noticed it because I didn't look that hard. But
if you think that's even close to the most passive aggressive thing to come from some of our band members,
it's not significant. But
This
it's
is
just another instance of like
this is a splinter in the foot while we have like metal stakes in our back.
somebody's taking a baseball bat to your shins.
Exactly. The splinter in the foot while you're getting hit in the head with a bat. Like, this is
You might be right, but it's just one of those like things. It's just like
well, it just irks you because
it just irks me a little
and
bit.
it irks you because you're already like, and this is
I'm already sensitive to it.
it's
Yes.
a perfect segue for what we're about to talk about
Correct.
with the band because you're already sensitive to it because you put a lot of work in to this fucking band and people are being shitty.
Correct. And that's why this set me off.
Yeah.
Like when I didn't even know about it.
This
Somebody
is like
told me about it.
a-
I'm like, oh, you son of a gun.
This is like the it's not the straw that set the camel that broke the camel's back, but it may be like the lit cigarette that someone dropped in a pool of gasoline.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just
You know that fire out in Sandy Valley? It's just that one cigarette that somebody was just like, you know what? I'm going to throw this casually away, and then everybody's
they threw
blows up over it.
they threw the cigarette casually away, not realizing that all of the wilderness was sick of your shit.
So this leads into bad attitudes.
Bad attitudes in band. This is our
band.
topic of the fucking.
I can't believe it's taken us 4 hours to get to this point.
That's okay, man. I already got some good title ideas. Even the pandas are fucking now. That's a great one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And then a can't do attitude. That might be our front runner.
Can't do attitude, yeah. So this person is also notorious for coming into everything with I can't do that.
Yeah.
This person will tell Jack Lee I can't do that. Like who tells Jack? You just fucking listen to
This
guy.
person legally changed their name to Negative Nancy.
Even if or to what's that fucking Saturday Night Live bit? I always forget. Like
Where she like
wah, wah.
when she like gyms
Sad
the camera.
Sally or
and-
something. I forget what her name.
yeah, it's Dratch does it where she like
Yeah, her. I love that fucking bit
It's a
because
fucking
I've
great
known
bit.
so many people like that. It's like everything is shit on everything, like no matter what, and it's it irks me because, and I'll be honest, I'm being sensitive about this, and I completely get how it's ironic in some way or whatever that like I'm telling you to get over it and I'm not getting over it. I
Yeah.
get that. And I tried, but again, the shame inside of me would never.
But this-
other than being drunk on the show, I would never say anything publicly.
like this also harkens back to the fucking origins of Channer Rant, which is like you may not realize how much you're affecting the mental health of your pipe major and pipe sergeant with your bullshit.
Correct, absolutely, and every band ever. Like, I often
At the
coach,
end of the day, we say it's a comedy show, but really it's a mental health show.
it's a mental health show.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Like we would have shot up the pipe band practice by far. FBI, I'm not saying this seriously, but
And you and Doogie give me shit.
I swear to, well, maybe not. I have a lot of, I have a strong threshold for nonsense, bullshit. So I probably wouldn't have, but it is a mental health show. I get 100% agree with you on that, but
These are our broadcast therapy sessions.
it's absolutely correct.
If it wasn't for Truly and calling people cunts on the radio, we would never survive.
As people in charge of a band, like I would encourage anybody that's a member of a band to create their own podcast and bitch about leadership. That's fine too. Like,
Oh God, I don't need
I'm
more piping
pretty
podcasts. Just come on our show.
yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty well aware of my faults, which are bad communication and motive and being positive, essentially. But
But you're not like I wouldn't. The thing is, you're not a motivator, and that's.
I never wanted to be.
but you're
and
not.
Don't intend to be.
But you're also not a demotivator.
No, just I have high expectations without.
You're in fucking neutral, man. Like you're just. You're not putting him in drive. You're not putting him in reverse. It's just like, hey, like you still subscribe to the idea that motivation should come from within,
Correct.
not from without.
Correct.
And that's great.
Inspiration can come from without, but not motivation.
Like that's that's great for people like us, but that's if you couldn't tell by this shirt that I'm wearing, we're rare.
Oh, very rare.
But okay, so let's get into this band practice shit. So I was in the woods with my phone having no reception, drinking whiskey, getting eaten by flies, and just generally sleeping in a hammock for Tuesday practice. How'd it go?
So, remember 3 weeks ago we posted that picture when there was a shit ton of people at practice?
Yeah, it was great.
That quickly went away.
Shocker.
2 weeks after that, it was 5 of us. Me, the lead drummer, one of the drum students, one piper, and the new tenor girl who shows up every week. She's great.
She's awesome.
Because
last week, not the Tuesday it just happened, but the week before, it was me, you, one piping student?
it was
and
me,
then drums?
you, this person that we just talked about. It was like four pipers and...
No, I don't think... I literally think it was me, you, and the old guy.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I'm thinking
literally
2
us.
weeks ago. Yeah, you're right.
It was literally us, and then the drums had an okay showing.
Right, correct. Yeah.
But they were mostly working pads.
They were just on their own doing their own thing because it was like we didn't have enough people to bother.
There's
to do
not
anything.
even a point. There's not even a point to putting pipes together.
Yeah, like what?
Because I remember I was so excited. I was like, oh, like my 100th day of my 100-day challenge falls on band practice, and nobody was fucking there.
Nobody was there. And then we had to deal with drama. The beginnings of the drama started on that day. But anyway, this past week, so what happened was one of our drum kids, we have a few kids in the drum section, had contacted Jeremy and complained about our lead tip and the way he was teaching him 2 weeks ago or whatever it was.
Affectionately known to the audience as Fuckface.
Yeah, fuckface. So,
which he found out about that nickname, and he loves it.
yeah, he's like... I don't know if he loves it, but he's definitely
pretty,
sarcastic.
He's pretty pissed off.
He's pretty annoyed by it.
He's
I think.
pretty annoyed.
But it's still funny because we keep fucking with it. But anyway, so Jeremy contacts me and tells me all these issues that the kids has. Well, he's teaching me this. He's trying to tell me to play with my left hand. So left hand, you play with the thumb. You play traditional grip. Most people play left hand.
Well,
with
it's
the
like
left hand.
because it's like over, right?
Correct. So he was saying that this guy is teaching me to play with my palm down, right? And so Jeremy's telling me this. I'm like, there's no way that's
not
what
in
he
a million
said.
fucking years.
There's no way that's what he said.
No Scottish
okay.
snare drummer would ever say that.
No, never. You don't, like, if he's playing match grip, you would, but he's not. He's playing traditional, so you wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So anyway, I'm just listening. He's like, well, he had some other complaints. He talks down to me. He this, that, whatever, right? Now, I tell Jeremy, like, well, you got to take what this kid says with a grain of salt because kids are kids, for one, and they don't know anything about anything. But two, he's particularly sensitive. We've had issues in the past where he's had done stuff like this. He doesn't handle criticism well. So anyway, 2 weeks later.
Also, if you don't handle criticism well, a pipe band may not be the place for you.
I guarantee you it's not the place for you.
You're going to get a fucking lot of it.
You're going to get hammered on.
Also,
constantly.
if you don't take...
Or any band, quite frankly.
If you don't take criticism well, I would also recommend don't start your own podcast. It's...
Well, there's that too. You will get shit on for that too. But anyway, so this past week, so a week ago, I discussed this with Fuckface, and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. He's like, I was just... No, this is what I told him.
Not even close.
I would never, ever say that. So anyway, a week later, this kid comes back again. I teach my first hour lesson. So normally 6 to 7, we have lessons, and we teach the kids. We have like a special session for just the kids to work with whoever's there, Tim or Fuckface. Chum or Fuckface.
Yeah, Chum or Fuckface. But I would also say, just for the record, that while Fuckface can be blunt, I've never seen him be impolite.
I haven't either. I've never witnessed
so
it.
that's my first red flag. Is like, yeah, like he's like very dry.
He's very direct.
He's very dry, very kind of blunt, but he's like not a dick.
He's not mean about it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're a horrible person.
Yeah, no.
Nothing like that.
No, it's just like fix this.
He's like, yeah, you're doing that. Like that's not right. Do it like this or whatever.
So there's my first red flag on the kid's story.
Sure. So anyway, this week happens. I'm in teaching a brand new person. Only Fuckface and this person are there, and like within 30 seconds, Fuckface comes out. He's like flagging me through the door. He's like, nope, I'm out. I'm not doing it. Because I talked him into like working with him. Like, let's work this out. And so I'm like, excuse me. Literally, I had to get up from my student like 3 times to deal with this situation, right? So I get up. I go talk to him. He's like, what's going on? He's like, he's just dicking around on his phone. He's not paying like, he's not, I
not
have no
doing it.
time for this.
Yeah.
Like, I have no interest in doing this. He's like, I came early to work with him. I rushed here to get here. Granted, he's always late, but okay, whatever. I'm like, all right, let me go deal with it. So I go in there and I say to this kid, hey, what are you doing? He's like on his phone, but he immediately does one of these like, oh, I'm going to just work on I just want to work on my music. I'm just working on Jim Thompson or whatever the fuck. I'm like, okay, well, like, what are you doing exactly? Like, I need to know exactly what's happening right now. He's like, oh, I'm just going to work through Jim Thompson. And I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I leave the room. I go back, talk to him. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll deal with this at 7 o'clock.
He's checking to see how many people are liking his Bo Burnham TikTok.
God knows what he's up to. Like, because he's always on his phone. This is literally a person. I've done this with all the kids, to be fair. Like, I have to take their phones away from them at band. Like, literally, I've taken kids' phones away from them. Like, I hand them to somebody. I've gotten in trouble for it. Like, a parent called me once, don't take her phone away because what if I need to get a hold of her? Like, I don't give a fuck. Then be here. I don't give a fuck. She's underage. You should be here then. I don't care. So I take their
It's a
phones
pipe band.
away.
It's not fucking daycare.
Yeah. I'm not babysitting your kid. Like, I hand it to another mother and like she's super cool, so she just holds on to the phone. It's like, give it back to him when we're done. Cool, done. So anyway, I've had to do that. But he's constantly on his phone. So so I go back, I'm teaching my kid, they go off and do, or not my kid, there's an adult, but they're doing their thing, and so 7 o'clock ends, I leave this guy alone. So a little like 7:10, I walk back in the room, I say, hey, come talk to me, to the kid. Like, let's have a conversation, because I know what happened with Jeremy. I know all the deals.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down and talk about this. So literally from about 7:10 till about, I'd say about 8:10, I'm sitting in there listening to him talk about his feelings. And you know how much I love listening to people talk
That's
about
literally
their
your
feelings.
favorite thing. That's why you've had so many monogamous relationships.
Oh my God, yes. And I'm like, at first I'm like, all right, let's just let him get it out and then we'll all get over it.
Yeah, because it's kids, dude, and like, you got fucking, he's like in the teenager range, so you get hormones and shit. Like,
yeah, there's a bunch of weird shit going on, but okay, like, but he's still a guy, so maybe he's reasonable. Apparently not, but okay.
Hey, that's sexist, all right?
That's me though,
Like, dudes are allowed to
be emotional?
waste your time with feelings just as much as anyone else.
Dude, this is 2.5 hours of wasted time with feelings. So we go on around, and he tells me his feelings about, like, Mike talks down to me. I feel like he singles me out. He tried to change my grip. I don't, like, when I first learned, and he learned from me, at least in pipe band setting. He came from school, but, like, I didn't know shit. Like, I didn't, and I had to tell him
Especially in
this.
comparison.
Yeah, and I had to tell him, like, listen, man, I knew enough to make you dirty. Like, I knew enough to get it done, but I knew nothing. Like, I was just trying to make people happen. Like, I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
And I had to literally tell him, like, I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I knew a little bit, but
I knew enough to get you started. This is a person who
this
can
is
make
somebody
you
who
good.
actually knows what he's talking about. So, so we're going around and around. He's got a lot of feelings. People have a lot of feelings these days. And so we had this hour conversation, and we never really got anywhere. So we stopped talking. We all break off for band. Now there's Fuckface and the piper and the tenor drummer are all like sort of working together. Like, he's working them through Jim Thompson. So this is the thing that'll set you off to no end. And this might be a sidebar, but he's like, Fuckface, who's the snare drummer, had to sing the melody of Jim Thompson to the piper, who was the person from this thing that we were just talking about, because she couldn't get into the second part on her own. He had to sing it to her so she could do it. And I'm like,
bro, we play that tune all the fucking time.
we play it all. Is there anything we play maybe more?
Let's
maybe
scrap,
Scotland the Brave.
Honestly, you know what I fucking think sometimes, and this may be coming off of our conversation with Doogie about how, like, you get these stagnant players because it's just the same material over and over. Like, I would literally, if you made me pipe major tomorrow, you know what I would do?
I would love to know.
If
I think I know, but go ahead.
If you made me pipe major tomorrow, I would take every fucking kilt back from every person in the band.
Make them re-earn it.
Make them redo the rehearsal process, which isn't fucking hard. You gotta play parade tunes.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about cutting them back, to be quite honest.
Like, the audition process is like what? Like through 2 or 3 parade sets, basically. Mm-hmm. And like, all right, here's your kilt back. Like, I would just fucking wipe the slate clean. I would throw out the sets. I would just make everyone learn new music. I'm like, no, you have to be good players. Like, we're not doing this anymore.
If you had, I recently reposted the band manual and the rules of conduct for the band. with knowing that something like this is probably coming.
Yeah.
Just so we're all on the same page that you can't say like you weren't made aware.
Because like it's one thing, like if you're shaky on the competition tunes, right? Like, all right, like, you know, it's been a while. Like we haven't, you know, we didn't get to have quality practice. We had to have consistent practice, which a lot of these people didn't show up to either. But we also, you know, we didn't get to have the quality of practice that you get when it's like, you know, in person.
Sure.
Yeah, I see reps pictures.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, dude, that's not a fucking excuse, right? Like, you're a bagpiper, in theory. So at the end of the day, if you don't know massed band tunes, if you don't know parade sets, if you can't remember the tune we play arguably more than any other tune in the history of time, like
over the last 8 years,
like you're no longer a bagpiper at that point, right? Like you're
What are you?
What are you doing?
It was so mind-blowing when he told me this.
Like my years of experience playing bagpipes and traveling and doing competitions, things like that, they in no way impact my ability to remember Green Hills.
Yeah, nothing gets in the way of that.
Like there's no way. I snore that in my sleep, right? Like
some people will say like, well, that's just my, I don't know, that's my issue, memorizing stuff. Let's say that. I get a few of those.
It's unacceptable though, because
like,
imagine
you're just not doing enough.
Imagine any profession, right?
Are you doing everything you can to memorize it? And if you tell me yes, you're lying to me.
Like if you show up to your job, right, and you're like, well, I just forgot how to spell that word. Like that's not
It means you didn't put the time in to figure out how to spell it.
Like, or I forgot how to type today, or I forgot how to change a tire. If you're a mechanic and you're like, I just haven't changed a tire in a while, I forgot how to do it. Like, no, this is a base core competency, and that is the term that I want people to internalize. Is there's a core competency to anything. Mm-hmm. At your very lowest level of training, these are the things you're expected to be able to do without fail every time.
I agree.
If I went into a fucking re-up my EMT certification and I was like, yeah, I just don't remember how to put on a tourniquet, man. They'd be like, cool, you fail. Bye.
Goodbye. Later.
Yeah. Like, guess what? You're out of the business.
But people take this way less seriously. And it's not life or death, like obviously that is. However, like, is that how you want to approach life? Is that really? Like, anybody wants to approach anything they do, like,
James, that's not a bad idea, man. Maybe we should start doing fucking videos on that.
What's that?
The Stephanie Burns book apparently has some good parts about memorizing music. But it's not a technique issue. It's not like I just haven't figured out the magic formula to memorizing music. It's 0% effort.
Correct.
When 10% effort would get the job done.
I've given people that say they can't memorize music numerous strategies for memorizing music, and you just can't be doing it. There's no way you can't do it. There's no fucking way you can't do it. Now, I get what Andrew was saying.
The example I get everybody is I'm like, all right, you can't memorize music. Sing Happy Birthday.
Right. I've used that example.
Yeah.
You can name the lyrics to fucking Funky Cold Medina or whatever.
Yeah,
we proved the fucking point to these people.
Like, write down the lyrics to Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. I bet you can fucking do it.
It's so insane when people say this to me. So are we still on?
No, we're still on. So we can get back into it.
All right, so let's go back into it. So Mike tells me that he has to sing the melody. Now he's a fucking snare drummer who's been with the band 2 years, but a year of that was COVID, and he knows almost nothing. He's never heard this tune before. So Tim talks about this all the time.
For our listeners who aren't, because we do have a variety of listeners who aren't in pipe bands, drummers don't know the melody.
No. I mean, not
like if I
don't.
went up to a drummer and I was like, "Hey, sing me the melody of Green Hills, the most common tune in the world," they'd be like, "Yeah, it goes like da da da," you know, like they're not gonna actually hum it unless they're like a good drummer.
Right. Exactly. If there's somebody that's engaged in what the art that they are participating in.
But it's also like how do you have to hear something to not like internalize it, right?
Dude, I wasn't a piper until I was 25 years old. I was a drummer since I was 12. I've never dicked around with guitar, but not seriously in any way since I was like 12 years old. I've always known, and inherently part of being a drummer is knowing the melody of the tune that you're playing. It doesn't matter if I'm playing Dances with Wolves in high school or like Carmina Burana in college or any metal when I was playing drum metal music and like knowing the other stuff is part of the process. You just inherently do that.
Well, because it's always like you get the people that are like, you get the people that are like, well, are the pipers playing to the drummers or are the drummers playing to the pipers? I'm like, both. Both things are happening simultaneously.
Right, exactly. Or it should be.
And like both things are happening simultaneously while we chase the ever elusive beat.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. So let's get back to the story because it's sort of long. So I say to Mike, all right.
Fuckface.
Can I? Yeah, fuckface. I say, hey, a word, please. So I was just going to pull him aside. I didn't actually intend to have this sit down at this evening but I pulled him into the room that I was sitting with the other kid, and he was still in there. He was just sitting there.
You were already full Dr. Phil mode, so you figure,
full on.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way. So the kid's still sitting there. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's just do it. Like, so we all sit down. The three of us sit down.
Fucking grown-ass man. If you got a problem, lay it out.
Right. And Mike is, I'll give him, fuckface, I'll give him a lot of credit. He is incredibly direct, but also incredibly mature and not afraid of conflict.
And he's got kids, so
he's got
he
kids.
knows.
He's dealt with a lot of shit in his life, whatever. So he's been in a lot of good bands. He's dealt with a lot of personalities, all that stuff. So, and I'm a little more passive.
He's got the veteran status to like get the job done.
Big time. So I go on this fucking spiel of like, listen, we all need to get along. Like, sometimes we don't. And I'm basically trying to tell this kid, like, if it were me,
shut up or get out.
If it were me, I would be like, fuck you, get out. Yeah. Like, because I don't care. Like, I'm tired of this shit. But I'm also trying. I know he's a teenager, and I know what I was like at that age, and I was never like this kid. But I was also
because you would
like,
have gotten your fucking ears clocked in.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no fucking way.
Wait till you hear what this kid says.
Like if it, even me, and I'm what 10, 15 years younger than you. I think you just
15.
turned 45.
I turned 45.
Yeah. So I'm 15 years younger than you. Even I would have got my fucking. I would have got my head rearranged.
Give yourself another 15 years, and it's like a whole different world.
It's
man.
wild.
It's a whole different world out there. So, so we're sit down. I give him this whole big long 5-minute speech about we all need to get along. We can't have black clouds in band practice. You know, we all need to be open-minded. Essentially, here's the order of operations, if you will, or not, or
here's the fucking
chain of command. Like I should not be dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm the last person that should, not only because of my skills, I have no psychological skill set for this, but two, I'm the pipe major, not the fucking band psychologist. So I basically point out, like, if you have an issue with technique or music related stuff, go to Chum. Chum goes to Fuckface. Fuckface comes to me if it really needs to come to me, which it better not. It should better not come to me. So instead, it went to Jeremy, who came to me, and now it's filtering down. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, this is nonsense. So, but I'm being nice about it. So then Mike takes over. Mike's like, so I just listen.
It's like I know you think you wanted this shit to hit my desk. You were fucking mistaken, and let me tell you all the ways.
But I'm being very nice about it. I'm very annoyed that I'm dealing with this, but I'm being nice about it because he's a kid, and I'm like, all right, let's try to work this out.
And kids are mercurial, man. Like
you never know.
Yeah,
exactly. So Mike sort of takes
maybe
over.
he just
like,
needs to get fucking laid. Like
maybe that's it.
Probably just the solution.
Maybe Mike needs to get laid. I don't know, but so anyway, Mike takes over. He's like, and we're talking and he's like, tell me what you're thinking. Because I want you to be better. He kept saying, like, I want you to be part of
names,
this.
by the way.
Oh, shit. Did I just say his name? Fuck.
You said both of them.
I didn't mean to. Well, Mike doesn't care, but the kid,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your edit.
Let's just mark this. So I say, you know, we want you to be better. We want you to be part of this thing. But this is essentially how it's going to be. And so if that's not possible,
if you can't fucking jive with that,
then we need to have another conversation.
Yeah.
And I said that a couple times. Like, we're going to have another conversation if this is not going to be the way this ends up being, right? So, but we're being very nice about it. Mike's like, hey, tell me what you're feeling. So he launches into everything he's feeling.
You two being like the band psychologist in this scenario.
The worst idea.
The two worst people for this job.
Because Mike and I don't give a fuck. We're like, I don't care about your feelings.
Like, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall. I would just, like, if I was there, I would have just been sitting in the corner, like, sipping a flask, laughing my ass off.
I swear to God, we should have had a third person or fourth person in this case, because, like, we just need a witness that's not involved.
Yeah.
It would have been really helpful to have that. Like, just sitting there. I wish I recorded it because it's all emotions and feelings and remembrances.
It's all fucking hearsay anyway.
Correct. So, anyway, the kid goes into telling us his feelings. And he, as most kids can't get to the point in any reasonable amount of time. And he starts to talk about, well, I was taught by this person, and I was taught in American high school marching band and this, that, and this, and whatever. And Mike's, I'll give him a lot of credit, just sat there and listened. And I could see him getting like squirmy, like he wanted to jump in, but he didn't. He just let him go. And I let him go. Like, it's okay. Let him get it out.
Well, and let him get it out, and you're giving him enough rope to fucking hang himself with.
That too. Yes, correct. So this goes on, and he can't get to the fucking point, and on and on. All right, and like, so he expresses his feelings. We say like, all right, and Mike's like, I appreciate you being honest with me, man. I really do. Like, we want this to work as a group of people to play better music.
But it's starting to look like you're the fucking problem.
Well, we both know this.
Yeah,
we're looking at each other, but we're not saying it yet. So Mike's like, so tell me what exactly you have an issue with. He's like, well, you talk down to me. He's like, give me a specific example. He's like, well, I just feel like, no, no feelings.
Don't
just tell me exactly.
Tell me what happened.
What happened? He's like, well, at the concert 2 years ago, right after the concert, you pulled me aside and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I feel like you're singling me out. Now, sidebar, I've heard from every drummer in the pipe band that Mike singles them out.
Yep.
So guess what, people? He can't be singling you out.
He can't single out. He can't single out everybody.
I've heard this. I swear to God, I've gotten phone calls from everybody. Like, Mike singles me out.
It's also a problem with having like younger drum corps. One.
Well,
Wait a minute.
This becomes an important part of this.
Hold on one fucking second.
Not just younger.
When did Chum
wasn't there then.
Call you to complain that Mike singles him out? Because you said every drummer.
Chum has never actually said that.
Not in a million years.
And Chum comes into this for sure. Never. So I swear to God.
Let's say I was like, wait a minute. He plays very often with a person who I would consider to be like the nicest dude on the fucking planet.
Chum.
Yeah. And I've heard no complaints. Like, yeah, if there was anything even remotely hinky, we would have heard from Chum.
Correct. Come to find out that this kid, at some point during COVID, called Jeremy to complain about Chum.
That's it.
I was like, wait, what? I found this out later.
Where's my hammer?
I found this out later, right? I'm like, wait a minute. Chum is the nicest person on earth. And the problem is, and I even admitted this to this kid, I said, listen, he was coming at like, Chum is telling, he calls him Tim, but Chum is telling, he wants us to work on music, blah, blah, blah. And I told Tim, like, I want these kids working on music. And that's my
100%,
fault.
yeah.
And I said it to this kid. I said, listen, that's my fault. Like, I was pushing so hard for you guys to be on stage in any way, whatever that constitutes, that like I gave him the wrong advice. Like I needed bodies. And so what Fuckface wants to do is like fix your technique so that we can move forward. And the whole reason this came up was like a week ago,
but it's also
a week before this happened.
Flip that coin either way. All you have is a person trying to make you a better musician.
Correct.
Right?
Like what's the worst? Right. That's a huge point.
Like you're waiting for the coin to land on its side.
Right. Exactly correct.
There's
literally a week ago, Mike says to me, he's like, "Listen, are the drummers in the band better than they were a year ago?" I'm like, "No." Basically, no. He's like give me some time. Tell me how much time I got and I will fix them. But I want to be in. He's like, I'm sorry I haven't been around much, but I want to be involved. Like I can fix this. But we need to fix their technique. We need to fix their. I'm like, I'll give you till September 1st. He's like, I don't need that much time. I just need a month.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't want to build a house on a shitty foundation.
Correct. And I respect that because I wouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, your doubling suck. Your grace notes are shit. Let's fix your grace notes. Let's fix your rhythmic. Just like what Andrew taught. It's the same shit, but it's building the foundation, right? So he told. So I was like, take him. I don't need you guys for a month. I don't need to see you.
The piping equivalent is like, oh well, I just can't play the reel that fast. It's like, motherfucker, you can't play the reel slow either. Like,
well, yeah,
you gotta calm, you gotta get shit right first.
Right, exactly. So I told him I gave you permission. You have at least a month. Take them. I don't need to see you guys for a month.
You gave him carte blanche
because I'm gonna take the pipers and do the same fucking thing.
Fucking A, dude.
So
if any of them ever show up,
if they ever show up. So anyway, a week later, nobody comes. Right. So all this happens. So we're having this conversation. So at some point, it's going back and forth between them two, and the kid's like all these people told me. And so Mike says at some point, he's like, hey, I appreciate you being honest. I think I'm starting to get what you're saying. He's like, so what I want to know is, do you trust me? Do you trust me to be the leader of this group? He's like, I feel like you trust Andrew. He's just talking about me. and I feel like you trust Tim,
Mm-hmm.
and you trust your band instructors, your high school band, but do you trust me? And he's like, no. He said it to his face, no.
Okay.
I'm like, he's like, well, I appreciate your honesty. And Mike did not react. He's like, I appreciate your honesty, but what's holding you back? Why don't you trust me? He's like, well, because you tried to change my grip. You try, like, literally the grip of the stick, not your grip.
My grip still needs to be changed.
He's like,
also, it's better without like 4 whiskeys.
he's like, you're trying to simplify my music, because Mike took flams out of shit, and he's like, let's just play the bones of what this thing is, because it's not good.
That's how you do it, yeah.
So the kid's like, no, I thought it was good. He's like, well, you're wrong. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
And I said, kid, it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking to two people who know what they're talking about, and it's not good. Like, it's not good enough. He's like, well, I just feel like, and this is where I was like shocked. This is similar to the attitude that we just dealt with. He's like, well, I just feel like if I put everything I can into it, and it is what it is, then I'm okay with that. And
Okay.
and Mike
There's
and I
the
look
fucking door, bro.
Mike and I look at each other. We're like, it's never okay.
Yeah.
It's never good enough. So you as a
you're
musician,
saying that you're gonna have a performance and be like, I can't do better than that. That's your fucking attitude.
I was shocked. Like, I'm like,
You should.
let me give you a lesson
You should
in life.
have. You should
life
have an
and
entire. You should have an entire mentality of
Never good enough.
self-criticism
All the
and
time.
shame built around the fact that no matter how good you do,
it's never gonna be
you
good.
better do better. Better do better next time.
Correct. And that's what. I was like, dude.
Otherwise,
let
you're
me
gonna be
give
in
you
the
a-
music business for
let me
a while.
let me give you a lesson in life. That's one, it's not going to work in music, and two, it's not going to work in life. If this is how you're going through life, you're going to be in trouble.
Like, dude, do you think you've peaked at what, like fucking 15, 16?
16 years right now? And Mike was like, dude, listen, I love what you're saying. Like, I was like you at that age, except that I listen to the people around me other than you who doesn't. But I appreciate you being honest and all this. And
But it's just a kid, dude. It's just a kid that hasn't been like kicked in the teeth by life yet.
correct. He's
Like-
he's an example of what I would say is he has too much self-esteem.
Like he's gonna get kicked in the teeth by life, and it's gonna suck.
So, yeah, it's going to be bad when it happens. So, at one point, let me just back up. One point while him and I were together by ourselves before Mike came in, I had said to him, like, I just want to be honest with you. Like, we want this to be better. And I'll tell you right now, I would not take you or the other teenage kid into public right now. Like, I take Chum into
100%.
public all the time. Like, if I go play a
kills
gig,
it.
I would take Chum any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I literally said, I'm not trying to be mean, but I would not take you with me.
Nope.
Like, you are not good enough for me. I promise you. Like, for my brand. Like, and that's pretty basic brand. It's not that special.
Like hitting the performance team of the grade 4 band that shall not be named.
It's not that
It's
special.
a low fucking
It's
bar,
a low
dude.
bar.
Like,
So, but I told him this, and then going back to when Mike was in the room, Mike's like, hey, man, it's not good enough, man. Like, I'll tell you what we're doing right now is not good. It's not good.
Nope.
It just isn't. He's like, I hate to, and I'm not trying to be mean. And I'm going to burst your reality bubble here a little bit. This is not good. And this kid was like, it's good
But it
enough.
is.
It's good enough for me.
yeah.
Like,
but based
what?
on my 6 months of Scottish snare experience, it's definitely great.
Correct.
Having never played a pipe
Correct.
band in a contest or anything like that, or
So another thing I told him at this point was like, let me just be clear about this. In our band, as it exists currently, there's about 3 people, maybe 4, who have ever not only played in a competition at all, have been in a pipe band for any significant amount of time to know even how it works.
Yeah.
On the drum side, it is only Mike. Not even Tim has
Nope.
never been in a pipe
he's
band.
brand
until
fucking
now.
new. He just happens to be a goddamn savant.
He just happens to be a good drummer.
Yeah. He's just fucking brilliant at everything.
On the pipe side, it's like me and Josh and a couple people that have kind of
They've
played
made
here and
a
there.
few contests and a few solos, but not a
Nothing
lot of like
significant.
band stuff.
No. So I was like, you don't even know how this works. Like, you don't know what good is. So at one point, Mike says to him, he's like, what do you consider
Yeah.
good?
What do you listen to?
Give me an example of
what do you listen
what's
to
good.
in your free time that you think is like, that's good?
Correct. He tried to nail him down at this point, and obviously he had no answer. He's like, no. Tell me what you've heard that is good. And he couldn't, right?
Yeah.
So Mike's very clever in that way. So this keeps going. So this is where it gets real interesting. We're going down this road. We're talking about our feelings, and Mike says, all right, a little further into this thing, he's like, all right, I appreciate what you're saying. I think I'm starting to get it. I think you don't like me. I get the impression you don't like me. Is that correct? And he's like, he kind of hems and haws. He's like, listen, I just want to know. I think I understand what you're saying. He's like, do you think you're a better drummer than me? And this kid says, yes, in some things, yes. And Mike just literally laughs. He's like, he like sits back in his chair and laughs. He's like, and I'm just like dumbfounded, right? I'm sitting there like,
there's
oh
the
my
fucking
God.
door, dude.
Mike turns to me. He's like, he says something about like, you respect me or something. Or he's talking about me. He's like, I could drum circles around him. And I'm like, it's like, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm like, dude, I agree. You could drum circles around him. It's not even a question. Like, it's not even a question. He's like, you respect Andrew, you respect Tim. I could drum circles around both those guys every day of the week. And you don't, and you, what? He's like, let's go play right now. Let's go. We'll both record playing with Andrew on Jim Thompson, whatever it is. And we'll record it. And then
you fucking listen to yourself. And
listen to yourself, and then we'll listen. And I was just so like, what are we doing? What is happening right now?
Dude.
He said he was better than him. And he was name dropping. He was talking about his student, his like middle school.
But that's always what that shit is, right? I mean,
like,
we get that on the pipe side too, right?
Oh, they get it all the fucking time.
Where it's like, well, I want you to do it this way because this way is correct and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, you know, I had private instruction from Robert Watt 2 years ago, and he said blah, and I'm like, cool. Do you want to call him and fucking play it into the phone? Mm-hmm. It's like, you want to FaceTime it? Like, guess what? I'm friends with all these people in real life. I don't pay them to be my friend. Do you want me to call one of them and have them listen to the shit you're fucking playing right now?
Well, this is the disconnect between student and teacher, and as an instructor, I'm much more aware of this. But like, one thing you have to be aware as somebody who's learning, and many people are not, is what is the angle the teacher is coming at from your current state of experience in playing. So sometimes we have to say things in a way that isn't totally correct in the long term, but is correct for what you are right now.
And can potentially fix a short-term problem.
Correct. And very often people aren't aware of that. So they're just like, well, whoever told me this. Well, that's true, but not right now.
And they're not wrong, but
the timing of it is potentially off. So,
but they're on Zoom, and I'm here.
Right. And your maintenance is shit. So, or whatever it is.
Guys, strangely enough, they can't hear quite what I can hear standing in the room with you.
Dude. So Mike's like, at this point, he's like, Mike laughs, right? He's like,
let's go fucking play.
He just looks at him. And he's like, I respect your moxie, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
And stares him right down the eye. He's like, you're wrong. Like, I will play circles around anybody. You give me anybody, and I'll play circles around him. And I'm like, you're not offending me, bro. Nope. You're exactly correct.
100%.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I that's at one point I turned to this kid and I was like, dude, like,
did you hear some? You want
like,
the?
I know nothing compared to this guy.
Do you want this hammer so you can put the rest of these nails in your coffin, bud?
Like, what are you saying right now? And then
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate too. Like, I understand it, obviously, and you guys gave it based on this story you've told me.
This literally, I started talking to this kid at 7:10. We didn't get done till about 9:40.
Based on the story that you've told me, you gave a lot more leeway than I ever would have in the history of time. Because if it was me, right? Swap roles. Mm-hmm. It's Pipe Major Josh and Mike. And it's 7:30 or whatever time it was. And Mike says, do you think you're a better drummer than me? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool, dude. There's the fucking door. Like,
get out.
Like, later.
Oh, and that's ultimately where this might be going, is because
like, this would have been a much shorter conversation.
After this all happened, we all go home. Mike calls me later that night. He's like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, at first I was like, I kind of was amused by this. But he's like, he's never going to change. His attitude's never going to change. Like this, he's only bringing us down.
I don't think his attitude will never change, but you're not going to change it.
Yeah, we're not going to change it.
So, like, a year from now or whatever, when life kicks him in the teeth and he's like, holy shit, I was a fucking idiot the whole time. Like, that'll happen. Nature course corrects. And then, who knows? He might come back and be like, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Like, blah, 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 blah. You know, if he's like a proper adult male.
Right.
But, or
like,
you never see him again.
Either way, the problem's solved.
Yeah, either way, the problem's solved, right? Like,
well, this is exactly what Mike and I talked about after the fact was like on the phone. I was like, let's just let it sit for a couple days. In all likelihood, he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Because he's so upset.
In my mind, he's already...
telling him...
In my
this
mind,
is the
he's
way
already
it's gonna
gone,
be.
though. Like, that's one of those things. Like, dude, in my mind, you're already gone. Like, if you want to try to earn your way back into the dojo... Like, not the Piper's dojo in this sense, but it's like, yeah, like you fucking insult the sensei.
Well, this is exactly what Mike said. Like,
it's like, I'm not going to teach you.
I'm never going to work with him again. If he comes back and apologizes, then I will consider it. But like, I never want to see this kid again.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm
it's
like,
dude, I'm not going to teach you if you're going to be a fucking asshole about it.
I kind of get that.
I have fired.
Like, I don't need bodies that bad.
I have fired students for less.
Oh, big time.
Like,
big time.
I've fired students just for like no call, no shows.
Oh, I've done that.
And
sure.
it's just like, and they call me, oh, well, blow. I was like, nah.
Do it twice, it's done.
I was like,
it's
yeah.
over.
I was like, we're good. Like, find someone else to teach you.
Yeah.
Here, go to chanarant.com/suckless.
Exactly correct.
It's like, I'm not having you waste my time, dude.
Dude, it was one of the most remarkable things I've ever witnessed in my life. And I give Mike a lot of credit because I always thought Mike was kind of a dick, but I liked him. But
I would
like,
never
he handled
have
this so well.
I would never have expected him to handle it that well.
No, I would like the fact that like,
I thought for sure this was gonna be a very short story where like, yeah, the kid said he was better than Mike and Mike told him to go fuck himself.
Nope.
and that was it. Like,
Mike was like,
end of story.
Mike's like, I will work with you. And I told this kid this before Mike came in the room. I was like, listen, you need to come into band. Like, hey man, I've got this. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's your attitude. That's it.
You need to be soaking up everything. You need to be a fucking sponge.
And Mike said the same thing. Like, when you come in, like, come over to me and be like, hey man, even if you think you're better than me, be like, hey Mike, let's play this third measure of the Jim Thompson or whatever. This is the part I'm fucking up. I got it this week. Like, you need to come in there, not like I deserve this. So one of the things that the kid also said was like, I feel like, he kept saying I feel like, and we're like, nobody cares how you feel, for one.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
But two, he said to me, or he said to us, he's like, I came in, I don't feel like anybody appreciates that. Like, when I came into this, I kind of knew what I was doing already. And we're like, what do you mean by that? I already knew how to play. I was playing in band. I knew this, that, whatever. I'm like, that was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Like, it helped you then, but it doesn't matter now because things are totally different. Like,
let me tell you what you fucking know, son.
Like you know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Exactly. We're like, I appreciate you. You started a little bit further ahead of the other two kids that started with you at the time, but guess what? Like, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Right. So Mike wants to take this and make you better, and Mike kept saying, kept giving him an out. He kept giving him an out. He's like, I want to make you better. I want you to be part of this, and I'm saying. All I care about is that the band is better. I don't care about you. Yeah. I literally said to him, I don't care about you as a human being.
Don't give a fuck.
I want the band to be better. And guess what?
You're making it worse.
If you make it better, then guess what I do? I care about you. But in the end, all I want is the band to be better because that's what makes good music. And in the end, all I care about is good music. If you contribute to that, you're my buddy. But if you don't,
it's one of those things, dude. Like,
what are we doing here?
It's a fucking Viking ship, right? Like, if we're all rowing in the same direction, cool. If you ain't, you're getting thrown overboard. Like,
right. You start rowing backwards.
You start rowing backwards. Like, sorry, bud. Like,
this group is going this way. If you're going that way, and it's okay. You don't have to be here. It doesn't. It's not.
You're just
shameful.
You're just in the wrong boat.
You're just in the wrong boat. Go jump in another. That's okay. Like, this is the thing that goes back.
If you want to go play for a bunch of people that like don't care about you ever getting better and will just suck your dick, just fucking join a service band.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, come on.
Absolutely correct.
All right, so I've checked off all the people we were supposed to insult this week.
We've insulted about everybody we could.
So Fusco, there's a couple things that I think. I mean, everyone in the comments is kind of blowing stuff up about people who aren't showing up even though things are open, things like that. I see you've put your Greek goddess of speed, victory, and strength quote that you wanted to do. Do you want to have that be your closing thought?
Yes. So I don't know if you know this, and I only learned this because
Well, if it's really good, I'll do mine first. We'll end on yours.
Okay, sure.
So I would just say that, to try to tie this fucking 2-hour gander into a tidy little bow, it comes down to negative attitudes, right? And we often get cast as negative people in the pipe band world because we bitch once a week on Saturday into microphones. We put it out in the world, and that's all most people see, right?
Right.
Most people consume the content that Chanarant makes, not realizing that we expunge all that shit. We sleep in on Sunday, and by Tuesday, when we're back at practice, we're hitting it 100%, trying to make the band better. And that's, nobody is on 100% of the time.
Correct.
Even the best people that you know in piping, or your pipe major who's a fucking saint, or your instructor who always puts up with your bullshit. Like, guess what? They have a day just like our Saturday. and then, you do what everybody does. You pick yourself back up, you dust yourself off, you fucking rehemp your pipes, and you get back to work. That's all it is, right? Mm-hmm. And we've been getting back to work every week for 12 fucking years.
The grind is a beautiful thing, so accept the grind.
But you also have to accept that, bitching on the podcast is sometimes part of the grind.
That's true. And bitching to each other is part of being a pipe band member.
It's part of being in it and putting
the
the work in.
Pipe major's a cunt or whatever. Bitch to each other, and that's okay.
Yeah, we don't care.
That's part of it. Yeah. But guess what? In the end, the work still has to be done.
And unlike you, we're still going to be there every fucking week. Mm-hmm. So think about who's putting in the work here. At the end of the day, the people you're bitching about are working their ass off to try to make you better, while you're bitching about how they work their ass off to try to make you better.
Right. Exactly.
So suck a dick, students. Fucking assholes.
So this leads me into my thing here. I am currently in the middle of playing a game called Phoenix, Immortals Rising Phoenix, or whatever the fuck it's called. Phoenix Rising
it had
Immortals.
a really long title, so I didn't look into it, because I saw you
doesn't
playing
matter.
the other day, and I was like, oh, God.
It's very good. It's an amazing game.
Do you shoot Nazis in that game?
No.
Nah, I'm not interested.
It's a Zelda clone, essentially. But
cool.
It's 100% Greek mythology and stuff. So I never knew this, but Nike is the Greek goddess of speed, victory, and strength. And I learned this from this game. It's been a long time since I've studied Greek mythology. So anyway, but I never even knew Nike was the reference to the shoes. I never knew that's where the name came from.
Neither did I. Did you know that the logo, they only paid $30 for it?
I did
and
not
they still
know
use
that.
it to this
it's
day.
It's like a bazillion-dollar value.
And the guy got no royalties in his contract.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's probably the most significant, other than maybe McDonald's.
We learn about that in school.
It's the first thing.
If you
Marketing 101.
If you go in advertising school, you learn about the Nike logo.
Oh my God, big time. So anyway, they're obviously their quote is just do it or whatever. Right? It has been for 40 years, whatever it is.
Same thing Fusco says to himself when there's a just skanky ass rando in his house.
Absolutely. Oh, many times. But anyway, point being, why I'm bringing this up and why it caught my attention is oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that's what that was, and where the just do it concept comes from. But in response to what you just said, your leaders potentially are the one we forget on Sunday and show up on Tuesday or whatever your band practice day is and just keep grinding. And so much can be learned from having a just do it attitude, and not the cheesy Nike way or whatever. Okay, it's so ubiquitous that it's almost like nobody even listens to it anymore. But it's so true in the sense that show up, do the work, do it again. Show up, do the work. A week later, show up, do the work. That's how the grind is where you get better. And if you spend all your time worrying about I can't memorize, I can't play better tone, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can, if you get rid of that nonsense. Just show up. Just start turning your attitude. The Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man. Just start saying yes. All right, I'm going to practice today. Yes. I'm going to do the 100-day challenge today. Yes. I'm going to transform it into playing better rhythm this 100 days instead of whatever, like Andrew talked about last week. It's not show up every day. It's all about showing up and putting in some effort. You can do this. Everybody can. It's not that goddamn difficult.
Look at us. Look at these two assholes.
I'm just a fucking dickhead.
We're bad at everything, and we do it.
But I can make good sound, and I can make people cry, and I'm not playing Thunderstruck, and you can too. It's absolute nonsense, and this is why we get so angry.
Episode title: I'm not playing Thunderstruck, and you can too. We got a lot of good potential titles.
So many good titles, but god damn it, people! It's all about your attitude, and change the attitude, and become humble, and listen to the people one of the things I learned as a financial advisor was you want to convince people that you're the guy for the job, right? So if you hire somebody to be your financial advisor, you need to trust them and just do it. If you don't trust them, fire them and move on to something else.
Immediately.
And this is what I told this kid. Like, you don't have to trust Mike, but you also don't have to be here.
Yeah.
So if you're here, then guess what you got to do? You got to go along with a program. If you're in the dojo, go along with a program. If whatever your program is, if you're learning from Jack Lee or Stuart Little, like, stop saying no and just do what they tell you.
It's like, dude, this is your fucking senior officer. Like, why is this shit on my desk?
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, it comes. Like,
That's it.
One of the things that you hear me say all the fucking time, especially when it's game season, is I tell all my crew, do better, try harder, suck less.
Right. A little bit every day. Doesn't have to be much.
You know what you do when you're done doing better, trying harder, and sucking less? You fucking start over.
You do it again.
And you do better.
Do it again.
And you try harder and you suck less.
Guess what? Life is not that complicated. That's it. That's the formula.
Yeah, you just have to consider living a more, like, iterative life, right? Like, and consider each day to be iteration on the past day where you're slightly improving. And sometimes you'll fuck up and sometimes you'll not do better.
Sometimes you go backwards.
Worse. Yeah, that happens. But,
we all have bad days. This is that whole grade 4 concept.
Yeah, but, you know, at the end of the day, fucking do better. Try harder. Suck less.